Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. A surprise face turned up at Arsenal's Monday training session as Mikel Arteta's squad geared up for their Champions League clash with Atletico Madrid at the Emirates on Tuesday evening. The Premier League leaders, fresh off victories over Athletic Club and Olympiacos, aim to top the league phase table with a third straight win, facing a stern test from the La Liga giants, though Arteta will be relieved to have no fresh injury worries following Saturday's triumph at Fulham, with hincapie now fit after a thigh issue. Keen-eyed fans spotted free agent striker Tyrese John-Jules, a Hale End Academy product who spent 15 years at the club without breaking into the first team, bar a Community Shield squad spot in 2020, joining the senior pros at London Coney. Popular among staff and mates with new boy Noni Maduke, the 24-year-old was released last year after loan spells at Lincoln, Doncaster, Blackpool, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, and Derby, then flopped goalless in 27 outings for relegated Crawley Town. But Arsenal have invited him back to train with the youth and now the first team to stay sharp. The players were buzzing ahead of Atletico, bantering with coach Gabriel Hines, former Manchester United defender who joined Arteta's staff this summer, as the gaffer heaped praise on him in his pre-match presser. "My feeling is they absolutely love him, that's normal. But all the coaches are the same. They all have very different characters, but the relationship and bond we have with the players, I think that's unique and something very, very strong in the team. Gabriel has added something different, that will to win. We've seen it throughout his career. The experience to win and raise levels, ambition, and drive to push someone to the absolute limit, and he's outstanding at that." Kai Havertz speaks out on Arsenal star ready to play ahead of Atletico Madrid clash. Arsenal are gearing up for a proper showdown in the Champions League as they host Atletico Madrid at the Emirates on Tuesday night. Gaffer Mikel Arteta's dropped some cracking news on hincapie, the £45 million star who's fully fit after a thigh knock. Hincapie missed the Premier League trip to Fulham cause the recovery was a bit too rushed for that scrap. But after 2 solid training sessions, Arteta's confirmed the 23-year-old Ecuadorian is ready to play against Diego Simeone's lot. He's available. The Fulham game came too quick for him, so he's had 2 really good training sessions and now he's ready to play, Arteta told the press. The versatile lad usually slots in as left centre-back or left-back. He made his Arsenal bow as a late sub against Athletic Bilbao in the Champions League back in September, and that was his last matchday squad appearance before the injury. He might not start, mind, but could come on for Gabriel Magalhaes after an hour if Arsenal are well clear. Signed from Bayer Leverkusen on loan this summer, but there's an obligation to buy for £45 million if the boxes get ticked. Kai Havertz on Arsenal's prep, "We've prepared well for Atletico. They're tough with Simeone's tactics, but we're on a 5-win streak and ready to grab the points at home." Kai Havertz, Arsenal's key midfielder, shared the team's confidence ahead of this fiery tie. "We've prepared well for Atletico. They're tough with Simeone's tactics, but we're on a 5-win streak and ready to grab the points at home," he said. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid VE lodged an official complaint with UEFA after their training at the Emirates was proper mucked up by no hot water in the dressing rooms. Simeone's boys were gobsmacked and fuming over the unusual faff at a top-notch ground like that. According to Marca, Atletico flagged it before their 6:45 p.m. session, but the hot water only came back on at 7:25 p.m. after they'd packed up and headed back to their London hotel for a shower. Arsenal owned up to the cock-up and apologised to their guests. The Gunners topped the Premier League and Champions League tables with 2 wins from 2, while Atletico sit 10th after thrashing Eintracht Frankfurt 5-1. Arteta's full of praise for Simeone, who's built a rock-solid identity at Atletico over 14 years. "This match'll test our bottle. Atletico VE got top organisation and discipline, plus talent that's deadly on the counter," Arteta added. Arsenal VE never beaten Atletico in 2 competitive meetings under Arsène Wenger, including a 2-1 aggregate loss in the 2018 Europa League semi-final. Julian Alvarez, the ex-Man City man who's faced Arsenal loads, reckons his side can nick it. "Arsenal are a great team with a top coach and players, but we're ready to compete," he said. "A win tomorrow'd be sweet revenge and cement Arsenal's top spot." Arsenal have responded to complaints from Atletico Madrid ahead of their Champions League clash. The Gunners are gearing up to face the Spanish side in the Champions League on Tuesday evening, with Atletico holding their training session at the Emirates Stadium on Monday. Arsenal have issued an apology to Atletico Madrid following a grievance lodged by the Spanish club after their training session at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal will take on Atletico in their third group stage match of the Champions League on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Mikel Arteta's squad are aiming for a third successive victory after triumphs over Athletic Club and Olympiacos in their opening two fixtures. Ahead of Tuesday's encounter, Atletico conducted their training session at the Emirates Stadium on Monday. Diego Simeone's charges braved the pouring rain to fine-tune their plans against Arsenal. However, they were unable to take hot showers in either of the stadium's dressing rooms due to a plumbing issue. Atletico claimed the problem persisted for more than an hour, forcing them to return to their hotel to freshen up. It is understood that the issue was resolved within 40 minutes after Arsenal became aware of it, with hot water restored before Atletico's session concluded, though Simeone had already cut training short by then. Arsenal have apologized to Atletico's staff for the inconvenience caused. Ahead of the showdown, Arteta has outlined his profound admiration for Simeone and the work he has accomplished at Atletico. "Well, clearly there's someone I admire and have learned from in many situations, and the most standout thing for me is his spirit," he said in his pre-match press conference. "I think, for as long as he's been in this game and at the same club with the same players, you still have that hand and capacity to radiate energy and determination to win." Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!